Oh, it's been a minute and there's a whole lot going on in the world. So let's go ahead and get us a new video up, guys. You're watching Riding with Kev. So what would be my general sentiment on how things have gone over the last 2 weeks? Basically, this has been me about every day because of one thing or another.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Alright guys, so this is probably be a little bit longer recording. I've been gone for a while. I got a lot going on. It's been eventful. So I'll try and incorporate as much as I can. There's a couple different things I want to talk about. So, so we start with last week, I guess, where I made that video. I was at the Home Depot. I got there, it's about 6:30 on a Tuesday, and it said, hey, you know, you can 7 to 5 is their receiving. So I walked in just to make sure they knew I was there. Like, yeah, receiving closes at 5. I was like, all right, sweet. So I'll be out front. And so they open at 7. She goes, yeah, they open at 7. So I said, okay, cool. And I went back to the truck, went to bed, and I got up at 7 and I walked in and said, hey, I'm here. I got a load of drywall for you. And they said, drywall? Nobody told us we had drywall coming. I was like, oh, I checked in last night and receiving was gone. She goes, yeah, we didn't know you were going to be here. So drywall only unloads after the store closes because it has to unload in front of the store. And apparently, per their policy, you couldn't do it during customer hours. And they're like, there's literally nothing we can do. You cannot unload until 10 o'clock tonight. So that was the whole 36 hours. Could have done a reset if I'd have known at the Home Depot last week. So I got unloaded there. I went up to, I think, Fletcher, Oklahoma, and picked up drywall. And I took that down to Paris, Texas. And then I got another load going from, I don't remember where, guys. I'm sorry. I'm tired. But it was basically, it was 2x4s. And it was going to a pallet company. Full trailer, 48 foot of nothing but 2x4s. And so I'm looking at my load, and it says, must call for appointment. Do not show up without an appointment. Don't show up more than 30 minutes before your appointment. So I think having an appointment was a big deal for them. I was just kind of getting that vibe, foreshadowing. And so when I did that, I told my fleet manager, I said, hey, I'll be there about 10 o'clock tomorrow. That's my ETA, so I can get an appointment. He said, no problem, 10-4. And so I got up the next morning and I pushed that. I'm getting better at that. I used to stop a little early to try and make sure I could find parking, but I've kind of got creative and been doing some good parking. So getting more comfortable backing too. So anywho, so I get up the next morning and I still couldn't make it because it had been a long day and just running time. And I got there right about, I don't know, 9:30. No, it was a little bit later, probably 9:45 or so. And I walk in and the lady's like, who are you? I said, Kevin with TMC. I've got a 10 o'clock appointment. And she goes, no, you don't. I said, no, I was told they called and that I had an appointment. And she goes, nobody called me. You don't have an appointment, and we don't have any appointments today. So go have your company call us, and we'll see what we can do. And so I walk back out and I walk to my truck, and the guy comes from the back. And he's like, yeah, you can just park here, and we'll unload you on Monday. You know, he's like, you can take it to the truck stop if you want to, but it'll be safe if you park it here. I'm like, it's my anniversary. I'm from Dallas. I'm not from Houston. I'm not doing that. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, and so no, they told me they called. Apparently they didn't call. Apparently I didn't actually have an appointment. I said, but I'm not parking in Houston for the weekend when it's my anniversary and spring break. This was before the outbreak. So he said, well, we'll see what we can do. And so I was sitting in the truck and he walked back out, and coolest guy ever. He goes, we don't have anything to appointments to unload you, but he goes, let's get you home to your family. And so he opened the gate, brought me in the back, unstrapped, untarped, and he sent me on my way. So he saved my weekend. I didn't catch his name. I'm not gonna put the company name out there, obviously, but he saved my bacon. And so from there I went to Navasota and grabbed crane mats. So those are just big, huge chunks of wood that cranes go on. You can all do the math on that, right? And so I went and got home. I don't know what time I got home Friday night, and father-in-law was in town, and spent some time with the kiddos, and had to be delivered before 5 on Monday, so I did not park up because this weekend I've got TQM, but I'll get to that. And so I left out Monday and then delivered the crane mats. And Tuesday, my truck was scheduled for service. And I've heard all the horror stories about the white glove inspections and services that take hours upon hours. And so I was not looking forward to this service at all. But it's got to be done. I've done almost 30,000 miles since I got this truck. So that's a good positive, right? And so he goes, hey, go pick up this load. It was bagged salt, road salt. So it's going up to Indiana, just deliver it to Joplin, and we'll give it to somebody else to get it the rest of the way there. But you go ahead and load it. So I'll get partial payment on that. So I guess I got there, I don't know. My appointment wasn't until 4:30, but with the way the load was going, I still got there about 1 o'clock on Tuesday, and I spent about an hour. And I cleaned my truck, and again, I keep the paintbrush and my vents, and I was just stressing this inspection. And so, and I went to the driver's lounge, and I didn't hear a word about the inspection. And I went to go get something out of my truck because the guy came to pick up my trailer, and I need to get some my gloves. And I look in, and there's paper mats in my truck and footprints, so somebody's been in my truck. And so, got that done. Went back up, watched TV, and about 8:30, I watched them pull my truck in for my 4:30 appointment. So I was like, oh my God, this, because one guy's like, I've been here for almost 2 days for service. I was like, this is going to be great. And I missed getting to bed, so I'm sitting in the chair watching TV, and everybody's going to bed. And I went out about 12:30, and they were pulling my truck out. So I was done with service in about 4 hours. So again, brand new truck, how much service can they do? But they polished the wheels, and I'd had it washed and detailed. And so about 12:30, I went in that and got in bed. And then I said, all right, here's your load. Go down to Russellville, Arkansas from Joplin. And I get there, and I pull into a mud pit. It was just mud everywhere, rain. So all that detail work was down the toilet in about 8 hours. And I got posted a picture on Instagram. Got railroad ties covered in creosote, which is that black, stinky, waterproof stuff that they put on it. So loaded in that mud pit and drove all the way out to where that was delivered up in Eden, Oklahoma. And stayed about 2 miles away. Got up the next morning. They said, yeah, just go unload it over there through that mud pit. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain down here. I don't know where you guys are from. Down south, it's been raining like crazy. So yeah, my truck is totally destroyed now. 2 days after getting it, it's just nasty. But there's more rain coming, so yay. But you know what? They got me offloaded quick. I hit over to Fletcher, Oklahoma, picked up more drywall, and I'm headed to San Antonio. So that is my 2 weeks in a nutshell. I've done a lot of sitting. Home Depot, the appointment, phone's going off, so it must be something important, and then service. But you know what? Service wasn't that bad. I was stressing it for no reason. Told you. You stress this stuff and you worry about it, and that's the stuff that don't even matter. So I guess the big question on everybody's mind, hey Kev, what's the coronavirus update? I don't know. There isn't one. Life out here is harder now. There is less parking. Tonight I'm in Podunk, nowhere, Texas, and I went across the street to the little chicken shack. And of course, the lobby's closed because they can't have customers. So I walked through the drive-thru, and they let me. They were very cool about, let me get some food. Your pilots, your Flying J's, they're all open. But again, there's no dining in. I guess that's the biggest thing is you can't go grab you a meal and sit down and eat it. I got Burger King the other day or Taco Bell, and you can go get food. I've not run into one closed truck stop. And they're still freight. I've not sat for the last 2 weeks. I probably haven't sat for 30 minutes before I had another load. That one from Russellville to Joplin was a bit of a bounce, and I'd read some stuff on Facebook about some other guys having some longer bounces. The one today was like 126 miles, but down to Fletcher from Eden, Oklahoma. So, but you've had a little bit longer bounces, but now again, I don't know how it's going to affect us because it's not a national shutdown. You've seen the shutdowns of restaurants, bars, gatherings. That's not really our customer. The Georgia Pacific, where I picked up today, had a little in my attachments about coronavirus. They're operating business as usual. When I went to that one place in Arkansas to pick up that load going down to Houston, they wouldn't let us in the office. The forklift operator, he took our stuff and he had it. He loaded me, and when I was tarping, he went and got my paperwork. So there's been some of that type of effect. But now, if they do a national shutdown, that's going to have an impact on us for sure, obviously, because then, our customers aren't open. But I heard one report the other day that like home improvement stores are considered, kind of emergency services, because if they need to build hospitals or whatever they do, or people staying at home, so they're doing home improvement projects. Great time to get your honeydews done. We're self-quarantining in our trucks. So we don't have a lot of social interaction as it is, so it just hadn't affected us yet. Again, I work for a major carrier. I'm not sure, owner operators. I would be talking out of school about things that I don't know, but as long as businesses in general are operating, we're good. And a lot of these orders that we're hauling now are older orders. They ordered it 10 days ago when everything was normal. The February jobs report was awesome. So I will say the parking has become a little bit bare. Getting food has become a little bit of an issue, but nothing major. A lot less traffic. That could be kind of nice. But I don't want it to last very long. I want everybody to get back to work. So if you're watching this as you're coronavirus surfing, you found Riding with Kev. The video is up for the 500 subscribers. You just got to subscribe. You got to be a subscriber and comment. Let's get rolling on that video. So kind of an all over the place update of service, delivery issues, coronavirus, but I wanted to get something out. I owe that to you guys. I got TQM Saturday, so I will be driving, God knows when I get home tomorrow, and leaving at the crack of dawn to drive down to Hillsboro to go to TQM so I can learn how to make money, apparently, because I'm not doing that. So, but that's a joke. This is a longer story than that. But learn some of the tips and tricks, and those are supposedly a very good class. So it's unpaid, so that's interesting. But they're throwing me some bucks for gas. I need to do it. It gets points towards my percentage for going, and if I hear really good things, it doesn't sound like a very boring class. They did say we won't be sharing meals. It'll be individualized meal. They better sit me 6 feet away from everybody. Oh man, I'm tired. I know I'm real. Anyway, God bless. Let's get rolling. We'll talk to you soon.